Hey, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Rage, and we are back today with the Invasion event and as well as QUASAR's return here, as you can see at the time of recording, for the next 6 days or less here. Now, having said that, this is the first time that his event has returned since September, in terms of just us now getting another opportunity to capitalize on his 7 and as well as his red stars available through the way of milestone awards. Now, guys, remember, they changed these events since the initial chapter 1, where you do need to actually have your roster pretty built up in terms of both gear tier and as well as yellow stars. Reason being is because depending on the yellow stars that you have, some of these required teams, well, that's what's going to allow you to be able to partake in certain difficulty settings for the Scourge event. So you'll see here, in other words, in order to get 7 yellow stars of QUASAR, you do need, for the most part, 7 yellow star characters of, let's say, Vigilante or some of the Fantastic Four MCU members. And I'll show you each and every one of the nodes I did, but the good news is that you don't need to build up every team, but you will likely need roughly 2 teams or a little less than 2 teams if you also have QUASAR fully built up. What I really like about the fact is, with this event anyways, many of these characters, as you'll see, are either required for raids every single day, or you can actually build them up for the Age of X progression. So there's a lot of value to be had, hence why I think it's a really good event. It's a good opportunity for those that weren't able to capitalize on all the yellow stars and red stars available for QUASAR, in terms of a second coming for us to take advantage of this. So let's start and talk about some of the good things about this event is that you don't necessarily need to do all 10 nodes to actually be able to unlock him. As you can see, we did 9 nodes, but as a result of that, we did actually have to activate the majority of the mods, or scourges in this case. So I think I actually have all of them activated here. As you'll see, I'll just scroll down real quickly so you can see all of them are activated with the exception of the Cosmic Crucible bonuses. Reason being is because there's some pretty devastating teams that we're up against, and having the Cosmic Crucible bonuses will make it a lot more difficult than it needs to be. And to be quite honest, it's not really that hard overall, and that's why you can activate most of it. But again, it assumes that you're going to have a lot of these characters built up already, and you should, because Vigilante, for example, is hands down the best raid team in the game. Fantastic Four MCU is the arena meta right now. So those are the 2 staple teams you'll be needing. I will also quickly talk about here how you can unlock QUASAR. If you're not interested in maximizing all the rewards along the way, obviously the 7 yellow, there is a quick and dirty way to actually get his unlock here too. So let me show you again. We were able to do 9 nodes, and from all those scourges and packs activated, you can see we hit north of 2 million points here, which is exactly where we want to be, because you get the full 7 yellow of QUASAR at the end there, and as well as the 7 red. Sorry, excuse me, 4 red that's awarded for the max of this event. It remains to be seen going forward, like how the future red stars are going to be released for QUASAR. Maybe they'll just add it into the elite store for us to fully upgrade, but for this event anyways, 4 red is the max, and then 7 yellow stars is fully opportune here for us to take advantage of. So let's go ahead, we're just going to claim this here so that way we can take advantage of all the points. But let me show you quickly here now afterwards as well what teams I use and which ones I would personally recommend. Just like I said, there's going to be roughly 2 teams that you mainly need, but I love the fact that this event now is going to be ongoing now in the future, so we can take advantage of every time that this does return, especially those freebies and resources along the way. Okay, so first and foremost, let's talk about some of the essentials, right? And maybe I'll just go back to the milestone awards here real quickly, just because for those of you that are interested in just getting the 4 yellow of QUASAR at milestone 7 and the 1 red, you actually only need to do 1 or 2 nodes, and then that's it. That's all you have to do. And the good news is that you really only need 1 team, being Vigilante. And that's exactly what I did here. For mission 1, mission 2, Vigilante can basically auto these 2 nodes, even with all the scourges and packs activated. They're really, really smooth, and just their synergy, especially since we have the raid bonuses being live and active, absolutely massive. Node 3, this is when they start actually giving us the option here of Vigilante and Thunderbolts. You could walk the way of Thunderbolts, but honestly, I just feel like the QUASAR combination with Vigilante is just such a smooth experience. And like I said before, chances are 2 or 3 of these characters are coming in with you for Age of X. Personally, I brought in Silver Sable, Daredevil Modern, and Hitmonkey. So there's going to be a lot of value that these characters are going to be utilized later on in Age of X anyway. So just something to be thinking about there. We have here mission 4, same story. We use Vigilante. as well as Quasar. And again, this is just the best form of this team that can easily go through it. So that's something you want to take advantage of. And like I said, you shouldn't struggle at all. Where you might struggle is actually when we start kind of pivoting here into the next section, being the Accursed or Fantastic Four MCU. Now, you'll see very funny. I actually have 2 of my Fantastic Four members at 7 yellow stars. So that's Invisible Woman, and then as well as Franklin Richards. My Mr. Fantastic, he's still only 6 stars. So we have to get a little creative here. Mortal is, he was kind of a past and sad investment, because previously, before Accursed came out, I already built up my Mortal into Age of X. So he's kind of a slotting character. Does he make a difference? Not really, but he's a punching bag. So it's just ironic that he is gear tier 20 and he happened to be tagged as that Cursed later on. So it was just funny when I did the investment there. But regardless, yeah, this is really, really good here, because you only basically need Quasar, Invisible Woman, as well as Franklin, and then the other 2, it doesn't really matter. So as long as they can survive a hit or 2, you'll see here my Mr. Fantastic, I think he actually dies. So every time I did another node here, I had to bring in another 5th character. So mission 6, we brought in the OG Invisible Woman, right? So again, you just need basically a character that can make it through the 1 round. They don't need to survive, but they need to be able to be available, so that way you can attempt a node, and that's it. Mission 5, Mission 6, obviously we have those big 3 carrying, and then you're back to the Vigilante team plus Quasar. Absolutely smooth experience. I didn't have any issues whatsoever. I think they just kind of made it so that when you have the synergies of these characters with Quasar, it's super silky smooth. And then last but not least here, we also have the last Vigilante node here, and once again, same team and synergy. And then finally, make sure you do have a character here. So you're gonna need at least 3 different characters or 4 characters if you don't have them at gear tier 20 here. So I still have the OG Invisible Woman surviving from the previous node, which was nice to see for sure. And then yeah, we just finished up here in this last team here with the big 3 plus Mortal and Invisible Woman, and then that got us to the finish line here of the 2 million points, guys. So there you have it. That is how we were able to accomplish this with no Accursed team, and really just 2 teams, mainly the Vigilante. Of course, if you have the 4, 5 main members, they're going to be able to bring a lot of that heavy lifting. And then lastly, Franklin Richards, Sue Storm, and as well as obviously having Quasar, all having that synergistic value there as part of the Trials event. And that's how we were able to take advantage, ladies and gentlemen. So hopefully this helps you guys out. Again, if you're only looking for the Quasar unlock, just do a few nodes at the beginning, use Vigilante, and you can get the unlock pretty easy there. And again, if you're still having difficulties, lower the difficulty, because obviously we're doing it at the highest level because of the fact that we have many of these characters built up. Hope this helps you guys out. Drop it down in the comments below if this was able to assist you guys. And I also have some node playthroughs of previous nodes if you are getting challenged there, and I'll link that down below. That's able to help you guys assist through the progression there. Thank you for your time as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.